Major Music.
Alright, what's up? I'd like to welcome y'all back to Major Music TV. It's your boy D-Dot coming at y'all with another video this week. If this is your first time stopping by this channel, go ahead, subscribe. We like to talk about things all music production, whether that's music marketing, pro audio, or audio engineering. Sometimes I do things like go over new expansions or new VSTs or whatever, new plugins. We just talk all things music production. This week's topic is just gonna be centered around, I get a lot of questions sometimes about how can a producer, connect more with artists. How can a producer network more with artists? And I'm just gonna give you a couple of ideas of some things that have worked for me in the past and how I connected with a lot of people. Maybe that'll work for you. First thing, beat tapes. If you have a whole computer of beats that's just sitting there, or if you make beats on your iPad, beats sitting on your devices won't do you any justice. So every once in a while, and some people may have noticed my pattern, I may release a beat tape. In fact, I'm going on my second one for this year, and I plan on doing a third as well. In between my other projects that are, full-blown projects, 'cause I also am an artist too. In between those projects, I like to release beat tapes. So far this year, I've done like a East Coast boom bap type of beat tape. My next beat tape is actually going to be on some G-Funk, West Coast stuff. Check it out, Left Coast Vibes on August 10th. And then lastly, I'm probably going to do a lo-fi beat tape sometime later on this year. I do plan on releasing another album as an artist somewhere in between now and the end of the year. So the reason I say beat tapes is, one, I just said that beats sitting on your computer won't do you any good. And a lot of times what happens is, think of your beat tape, especially if you have, well, let me kind of rewind. So once you have your beat tape, you got a couple of avenues to use. You could either use Bandcamp, which is free. Now Bandcamp, I haven't used it honestly in quite some time. Reason I haven't, because though there is a app for Bandcamp, I feel like a lot more people are using other services like Spotify, like Apple Music, like Deezer, and all the other digital music platforms. It's a lot more accessible, so it's a lot easier for me to get online and say, hey, my album's gonna be on all digital platforms, rather than my album's gonna be on Bandcamp. Now, your diehard, supporters may go to Bandcamp to get that album, but think about all the other ground that you're losing. Like if I'm a consumer and I'm just looking at my social media account, actually, as a producer, I do have Spotify, but I primarily use Apple Music. And I think those two are probably going to be the two most popular digital streaming services. So you can just tell somebody, even in passing, hey man, my project's on Apple Music, my project's on Spotify, my project's on Deezer. So they'll be able to find it pretty easy on those platforms. So definitely don't sleep on beat tapes. All your beats sitting on your computer won't do you any justice. Get those things off your computer and get them out there to the world. A lot of people want to hear your sound. And as I said before, it's kind of like a business card in a way. You could just say, hey, go pick up my project on, whatever platform. Second, on my website, I actually have a section for a mailing list. And on that mailing list, when someone signs up for the mailing list, it automatically shoots them a zip file of beats. And I actually use MailChimp for my email client. So instead of going to my Gmail account and finding everybody that I know on there, everybody that signed up for my mailing list, I can go ahead and just send them one email. It's kind of like a welcome email, just a zip file of beats that goes right to them. And sometimes I hear back from them, sometimes I don't. But it's kind of like almost like a beat tape in itself in a way. You're just sending them, I think it's like 5 tracks I put on there. It automatically shoots. that zip file of beats directly to that artist that signs up for my mailing list. And sometimes, even if they aren't interested in the ones that I send them, they may follow me on social media. What I tend to do on social media, which kind of leads me to my third point, is every week, for those of you that have been following me for a while, you notice I do 3 things pretty much every week. I release a video like this where I'm just kind of talking about production. I release another video which is a beat making video, and then I put out a instrumental every week. So that kind of lines up at the minimum 3 things I put out per week. And what also kind of helps within that is having some structure. So, you know, a lot of people may know on Monday to look for an upload, on Tuesday to look for an upload, Wednesday to look for an upload. And then the other days, not to say that you don't do anything all those other days, you still probably do want to do something. If you have a lot of other content, like I still have some of the old Producers Corner shows that I post on Instagram. They're already on YouTube, so I don't really post them there, but kind of in between the days where I don't really post any of the 3 things that I was talking about, I put out one of those podcast interviews. And then we're also talking about things like we're talking about right now, just different ways you can get out there and get heard amongst the artists that you're working with. Then the other thing is, I haven't done this in quite some time, but you may also want to, you know, if you have a big network of artists that are following you, you may want to have a contest. Something like, say, I don't know, you have a really dope beat people been giving you props on. Maybe have a contest with that beat. Say, okay, let's have a contest, whoever rocks this beat the hardest, or whoever has the best song to this beat, they'll win, you know, maybe a lease or something, or, you know, they'll win something else from you. It could be maybe multiple beats, and that's also another good way to connect with artists. But the thing is, if you're just on social media, and I look at some guys' pages and they're posting about everything else but what they do. You know, some other producers I know that are really great at what they do, they don't never post their beats. They don't never really post anything to their social media. So the first thing is, you always got to make sure you be active, and you got to make sure you be consistent. Without those 2 things, you can't really expect other people to take you serious about your craft and what you do. Now, it's just going to be 3 quick things I wanted to bring up to you about how you can network with artists even further. Hey, I got another thing. Go live making a beat sometimes, or, you know, maybe make some beat making videos yourself. The thing is, a lot of people got to really get out of the mindset of just staying siloed on what they're just doing. Get out there. Sometimes you never know, if it's a dope beat making video that you have, you might attract some artists that way. Now, there's other little things too within there that you gotta kind of get to know. Like if you're uploading something to a YouTube or Instagram, get to know how to tag your instrumentals. What popular keywords are out there that a lot of people are using, because I think a lot of people post, but they don't really look at the keywords in the tag section, or even the hashtags, like I was saying on Instagram. You're just posting, you don't really know how to use keywords and hashtags. It's going to be a lot more difficult for people to find you. So I don't want to really make this long and drawn out. I just wanted to give y'all a couple of quick things that you can do in order to network and get heard by more artists out there, because a lot of you guys are really talented. You know, I go through some people's pages and listen to their beats, but when I go to maybe YouTube or even their own Instagram, I know a lot of you guys are very talented, and I know that you post your beats sometimes, but I think that a lot of times those little things that we're talking about are things that people can get much better at. I'm still learning, in fact. You know, some days I have the right keywords, some days I don't. And you gotta really know how to adapt to everything that's going on. You know, I know some of the popular keywords have been like type beats or type beats 2020. and then even getting a little more detailed, like boom bap, lo-fi, West Coast, dirty South, whatever type of beat that you're making, tag it along with that. If I have a trap beat, I'm not gonna tag it boom bap. You know, there's not gonna be somebody who's interested in boom bap may not be interested in trap, and vice versa. So you gotta make sure those keywords are consistent across your platform. Alright, so I just want to give y'all a couple of things. I don't want to really make this a long video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope everybody's having a really good week. And you can follow me on Instagram at d._majormusic. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That does help this channel out as far as the algorithms on YouTube as well. So until next time, holla at your boy, and I'm out.